A Madden 26 Blitz is here. Well, I guess maybe not yet while you're watching this, but tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, is when every single one of these cards will be out. Normally, they do kind of slow drop these cards throughout the entirety of Blitz, but this year, they're all coming out tonight. And tomorrow, I will be doing the All Madden / Autumn Classic tier list with all of those cards on it. If you're looking for the part 2 of, or the complete tier list for that All Madden Autumn Classic, that's going to be dropping tomorrow, Thanksgiving. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it. If you're looking to add some Blitz cards to your squad but don't have the coins, head over to MMOEXP for the cheapest, most reliable MUT coins on the market. Use my code FERDY at checkout for 6% off. A link for the website is in the description. So how we're going to do this today is we're going to go tier through tier. And let me just say, I mean, every year Blitz is very good, but compared to the other full content drops, I would say every single card is actually really good. If we head down here to the tier list, I do have a bad section, but honestly, not a single card makes the bad section. Every single one of these cards is good and can play on a theme team. They're all fast. They all like have good builds and all that stuff. So this is the first tier list of the year, promo tier list that we've done, where there isn't a single bad card. And maybe that's because the overalls do kind of stop at 88, and there's only 2 of them, but they're all really good cards, so there's gonna be no cards in the bad section today. So let's get started with our budget. I would say for budget, I'm gonna put both Falele and JT Woods. These cards should be affordable. Of course, I'm recording this before the cards are out. I won't be around to record it later, unfortunately. But yeah, you could assume that the 88s, the lowest cards in this promo, will be at an affordable range, whether that's through Blitz bolts or coins. I would assume under 100K for these guys, at most, I would say. But JT Woods, he's 6'2", 94 acceleration, 89 speed as well. Where he does lack is hit power, man coverage, but he's got good zone, and I would say even on a Chargers theme team, this card is very good. But outside of it, if you're someone that's just getting started on the game, need a good safety, yeah, JT Woods definitely the guy. And I do want to mention one thing about the offensive linemen. Looking at these O-linemen, based off reveals, we have no idea how fast these cards are going to be. Of course, maybe you think speed on offensive linemen doesn't matter. I'm someone that I value speed on offensive linemen heavily. So there's one thing I do want to say. All right, so if we head over here to the Madden 26 and we sort by speed, and then we go offense, we literally pick every single offensive lineman. You're going to see that there are some fairly quick offensive linemen in the game. 80 speed, 78 speed, right? I feel like last year we didn't have this kind of speed. And that's why if we take a look at the Madden 25 Blitz promo, you're going to see that they didn't give these guys speed. And I feel like maybe they took a step back on speed on offensive linemen last year. But I think we are seeing a pretty decent amount of speed on offensive linemen at this point. I would say that, faster than last year. But if we take a look back at the Madden 24 Blitz promo, they juice these guys speed-wise. They juice them. Darnell Wright. These are all guys that I used on my team for a while because their speed, even though their stats, they were good, obviously, but they weren't perfect. But I liked having that speed on the offensive lineman. I believe I used every single one of these guys in Madden 24. And if you go back to Madden 23, they even gave these guys some pretty good speed, like 82, 84. Back to Madden 22, 91 Tristan Wirfs, 85 speed. Creed Humphrey with 80 speed. Back to Madden 21, that they didn't give him much speed, but in the recent years, in the recent 2 years before 25, they gave them crazy speed. And I felt like they were giving offensive linemen good speed this year. So there's a real chance that Falele is going to have good speed. And all these offensive linemen have good speed. So I will say, I'm going to rank these cards as if they don't get crazy speed. But if they do, it pretty much raises every offensive lineman on this tier list to another level. I think speed's so important, and a lot of these offensive linemen have really good stats, and we're going to see some more later, obviously. But I just want to mention that if they do give these offensive linemen crazy speed, it does change a couple things in the tier list. For now, because last year they didn't have a good speed, I'm not going to rank them that way. But if they do, just know if they do, I'll drop a comment if they do at the end, but or when the cards come out. But just keep a lookout for that, because if all these linemen get speed, man, these are all pretty much must-have cards for the O-line, or must-have cheats for sure, because, again, I think speed on the offensive line is one of the most important stats. Getting that second level, obviously having the blocking stats as well is helpful, but I just wanted to go on that tangent real quick. Let's go up to theme team mid. All right, for theme team mid, the first card I want to mention is Deontay Banks. This card on a full theme team, potentially 92 speed, which is actually pretty good at 6'2". The reason why he's going to be in mid, and again, all these cards are really good. I kind of found myself comparing them to each other, but it was really just a 76 play rec. That's the main reason. But yeah, compared to these cards, I mean, he's good in the game. He's going to be one of the better ones, honestly. So a theme team mid, I'd say he's honestly fringe theme team demon for the Giant squad. But yeah, 92 speed's good though. 92 speed or 91 if you have just a 50-50. Deontay Banks is going to be a demon. Okay, he's going to be real good. Next up, I want to take a look at, where is he? Malcolm Rodriguez, 5'11", 87 zone, 87 speed. So, you know, on a theme team, he's going to be, what's that? 90 speed, 5'11". They do not show his jumping. So we kind of, if he's got like 93 jumping, I think he still probably stays down here at this level. But Malcolm Rodriguez, I put him right behind. The next card is another user. It's going to be Devin Bush. Devin Bush, he's got 87 speed as well, 5'11". Between him and Malcolm, I'd say it's pretty close. So I'm not going to even try to split hairs on these two guys, but it can go either way. You know, it really could. The next card is going to be Amani Hooker. 5'11", has really good acceleration, only 88 speed, and only 80 man coverage, 83 play rec, 84 pursuit. I would say, people say, damn, why so slow? So potentially 91 speed on the theme team. Amani Hooker was someone that was getting champs cards. I don't know if he's having a mid-year or what the case is, but yeah, he's going to go down there. And for our final theme team mid, it is going to be Malik Willis. Should be a fun card to use. I just think, you know, with the accuracies and stuff, obviously we don't know abilities yet. I would assume he's not going to be too crazy with the abilities, but, you know, it's the 82 mid accuracy. And people, yeah, that people did like the Jalen Milroe. I saw a lot of him at irate your teams. This is a very Milroe-esque card. So for Packers Titans teams, you have what looks to be a new QB1 out there. He's looking pretty good. I put him theme team mid though, because I don't think he turned super elite, you know, on a theme team, but I think he's solid and can do enough to win you games at QB for sure, 100%. So I do want to mention this real quick as we go up the tier list. So there is going to be a Blitz override chemistry. Every Blitz player has an optional overdrive chemistry that will be unusable on December 2nd. Until then, there are boosts. Here are the boosts it provides to each player you equip the chemistry on. So +5 speed, +5 acceleration, but it hurts the catching traffic, the carrying, the tackling, the hit power, the man coverage, the zone, and the mid accuracy. So, you know, you are sacrificing some things. I will say what I'm seeing from this is that the offensive linemen are going to be even better because you can give them +5 speed. So I just want to say that because they're not going to lose anything important. Offensive linemen lose literally nothing important from this. So if, you know, I'm just putting that out there. If they are fast, they'll be even faster. But the fact that we're going to have these cards running wild is kind of crazy. And honestly, if you don't have a Blitz card for the next week and you plan on playing this game, you know, I would just sit it out. If you don't have any of the Blitz cards, right? Because they're going to be insanely fast. Yes, it's going to hurt their other stats, but +5 is genuinely insane. And then here also the store offers, they showed those off as well. There you go. And then here's the schedule. If you guys want to pause and take a quick glance at that. It doesn't affect this video, but I just wanted to, you know, show this stuff, especially the override chemistry, which is probably gonna be pretty worth it, honestly. You know, speed's usually the most important thing, and I would just put this on and just have fun with these cards as long as it lasts. But even outside of this chemistry, these cards are still really good on top of that, which makes it you know, even spookier, honestly. So I wonder, we're going to see some crazy teams this weekend. So I'm excited for that. By the way, yeah, get your teams ready Fridays with Friday's video. Of course, my tweet will go live, and I want to see your guys' Blitz teams this weekend. So I'm excited to see what you guys have built. A lot of new content over the last week. So it's going to be spooky, man. I'll tell you that right now. There's one more card I did want to put down here into theme team mid, and that's Joe Alt. Again, if we do get the speed boost, I might leave him. I don't know. He's somewhere in here, I would say, for Joe Alt. His stats do look pretty good, but I did want to put him down there. So, you know, and if you give him that little overdrive, the override, what's it called? Overdrive or override? What the hell is it called? Overdrive. You know, he's going to get that +5 speed, so he'll be pretty quick. regardless. But let's move up here to our theme team theming cards. The first one's going to be Chig. They give him 84 run block. Yeah, this guy even 84 run block is pretty good for a Chig card. He's had some good cards in the past. You know, even the I know he's not the same card, but that like he gives me those zero chill Jonnu Smith vibes. If you know, you know. But 6'3", he's got 88 speed, so potentially 91 speed on a Titans team. Titans like low key 8. They low key did. So I put him theme team demon. I think he does turn to one of the better tight ends in the game on a theme team for sure. And next up, we got a Raider, Raheem Mostert. All right. They only gave him 90 speed. I thought for sure he was going to have like 93 speed as a 90 or something crazy like that. But I still think on a theme team, he does end up being very good. Obviously, with Raiders, 93 speed with crazy acceleration. But, you know, the COD is going to, it's 88. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get him the 90 COD. I don't think you will be able to. But they even give him a 90 juke move. Normally, they will cheat his juke move. But he looks to be pretty solid. It looks like he's not built like a traditional Raheem card and how they normally built him. But he does look pretty good. I put him in theme team demon for sure because some Raiders teams will probably use him. I would say, you know, I know that Dickerson exists, but he also does get, I'm just thinking for Raiders, but he also does get Dolphins, Niners, Ravens, Browns, and Bears chem. So he should be, you should see a lot of Raheem, especially with the overdrive chem. He's going to be used all over the place for sure. And next man up is a 91 overall. It's going to be Leo Chenal. Leo Chenal's last card could not rush the passer. If they gave him the ability to rush the passer a little bit, then he can kind of be that guy who kind of sits on the end and rushes the passer, drops in the coverage. But based off his last card having like 50 power move, 50 finesse move, he's pretty much just a user for the Chiefs team. So I don't know. I do actually want to see also what his what was his I didn't see what his movement was on his last card, because that could also affect. Yeah, even this is pretty low, you see. But if they juice his physical, if they make him they give him decent movement, honestly, he might be someone that goes in the theme team mid. I don't think he belongs in theme team demon. I put him top of theme team mid. Even as if what I think is gonna happen with this card happens, then I think he'll be pretty mid. If they give him like high 80s in COD agility, he'll be a little bit higher. But based off his last card, I mean, 87 jump is really good, but based off this, he's pretty much just gonna be like a fast run stopper, pretty much. Yes, fast, but does lack some other things. He's just 6'3" with good jumping, so that'll probably carry through, and probably will have crazy run support stats. But we gotta see. You know, at this point, I'm kind of, you know, there's some guessing that goes into this, especially when it's cards like this, where they could do whatever they want with the pass rush or the or the agility COD. But playing it's on the safer end of things, that they won't do anything crazy to the pass rush or the movement. I guess we're gonna put him in theme team mid. Yeah, I'll reconsider that one. Okay, the next card up is we're gonna go back down here to Tanner Bortoloni. All right, center, 82 awareness, 82 strength. Look at his stats. So he's got 90 in all the important run stop stats, and of course with the overdrive, gonna elevate this card a little bit further. So, you know, on a theme team, for sure, I would say, you know, even if they don't juice his speed, all those 90 stats is still really, really good. And the awareness, that's where it does kind of hurt, even the strength maybe. But if they give him a little bit of wheels, like I'm talking like maybe 80 speed, that card would be crazy. Jared Wilson is up next. Jared Wilson, you know, you could argue I'd say he's just as good, you know, as Tanner. I'd say it's pretty similar. You know, the strength is better, all over 90 stats pretty much, besides the run block power, but looking to be pretty good. Will be a very, very, very good card on a theme team. The next one up is going to be Tristan Wirfs. He's had a lot of blitz cards, as you guys saw, as I went back into the old Maddens. They give him good speed one year, mid speed another, you know, so we'll see what they do. But of course, it's Tristan Wirfs going to be a good card. I would pretty much put all the offensive linemen together, as they all have their pros and their cons, but you know, they're all very elite at the end of the day. So, you know, Wirfs, even like, again, if all these guys have like stock 85 speed or something like that, they go into must-have cheat territory immediately. Simple as that, because you're going to want to have that speed with these stats as well. So, I mean, it's going to be That's the kind of rise we're seeing from these cards if they give them speed. That's really what we're seeing at the end of the day. Braden Fisk, the next one up. He's kind of a weird card because usually they give high acceleration to defensive tackles and they have the lower speed, but this card, he's faster. He got better speed than acceleration. I think he'll still be pretty good. I'd put him into Theme Team Demon, I would say, for sure. You know, and I just like acceleration too much, really. That's like the main reason, but I'm okay with putting him here. Honestly, let's do this as well. I do something like this. That looks pretty good to me. The next card is gonna be, where is he? See 91. They gave Odafe Owe 91. They did. Odafe Owe, 88 speed, 92 power move, with the 71 finesse move, which is not great, but it's okay because he's very fast, has good tackling. Play rec is not in a bad spot either. So Odafe Owe, is he a card people are gonna be chasing outside of a theme team? Probably not, but on a theme team, he will be a very good card. Very, very good. The next one is Oren Burke, 6'3" user with 88 speed. Some pretty good stats here. I don't believe we have a previous Oren Burks card to base this off of. I don't believe we do, like a high overall one. We have this one. I mean, I'm not going to base it off an 80 overall card that came out the first week of the game. That would just be stupid to do. But you know what? You never know. They could just absolutely juice this card's movement and make him go crazy. But I think, again, probably will be restricted just to like a theme team as to who picks him up, pretty much, I would say. And the same just kind of go for Terry. Terry, I think, is going to be a good card, obviously. 6 foot. Terry cards usually do play very well. 84 jumping, not great, but 90 stats pretty much everywhere else. You know, if you put that little override on him, Commanders chems, he's a great Commanders option. I don't think outside of Commanders he will be picked up too much, though. I would be surprised if that's the case. The next card, I will say, I think could get picked up a lot, even on a whole bunch of different teams. Nate Wiggins. Okay, Nate Wiggins, he could be on a lot of squads. He's got 90-90 zone and man, 91 speed at 6'2", 94 acceleration. This is a very good cheat option. You know, it's a very good cheat option. Again, we have cards 91 speed that are somewhat affordable at this point. So I'm curious to see what Nate Wiggins' speed will be. I'm going to put him in Theme Team Demon opposed to putting him in must-have cheat. I think he will be that, but I think we have cards that are kind of at his level already, I would say. So it kind of depends what his price is, if he belongs in must-have, if he's like cheaper than someone like Tariq Woolen. Because most teams you're looking for maybe one corner to cheat with, maybe like 1, 2 at most. So if we got to see what his price really ends up being. If it's very reasonable, then he belongs in must-have. Because if he's cheaper than like Woolen, you know, I would probably go after Nate Wiggins at that point. But you know, Woolen still has 2 inches on him at the end of the day. You know, that Woolen build is pretty much unbeatable. It's very tough to beat that. This one, it might, you know, I don't know. I'm putting him in Theme Team Demon, not in must-have or S+. I just do not see people going after this card outside of a theme team. I just don't. We're so deep at strong safety right now. I'd be surprised. Obviously, if you have a Steelers team, you go after Troy Polamalu. I actually do enjoy Troy cards, but 5'10". That's like the only problem with a Troy card. And unless they do something crazy to him in like ability wise, you know. And by the way, here are the abilities for the cards. Like here are the discounts. And other than that, it'll end up being pretty standard. So Polamalu gets Zone Hawk 2 AP, Avalanche 3 AP, and those are going to be, you know, the pre-lits or whatever. So, or quick activation. So we got to see what that does. And but Polamalu, I believe he goes in Theme Team Demon. I just don't think he's getting picked up outside of a theme team. You know, if that makes sense. A very good card, but I think he's the definition of Theme Team Demon. Into our must-haves, our cheats, okay? The first one is going to be an 88 overall Tyler Bass. So if we take a look at the kickers in this game right now, I'm not going to go on too long of a tangent here, but if you did miss out on you know, I guess you could just get Summerall, but even at that point, Bass actually has better kick power, lower kick accuracy, but better kick power than Summerall. And then the same kick power as Aubrey. So if you didn't miss out on Aubrey and you don't want to spend 500K on Summerall, I would say Bass is a must-have cheat option, like very good option. Probably someone I will look at for my team, as I did not get Aubrey, so I don't want to spend 500K on Summerall, so I'm looking at Tyler Bass as an option. You know, I kind of said this with Thomas Morstead last week. But yeah, I did just want to mention him because 92 kick power is very good. All right, heading back over here, we're gonna have Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, he is somewhat of a two-way passer, right? A two-way pass rusher. 93 finesse move, 85 power moves, 90 speed, 96 acceleration. I would say he belongs in must-have. Yeah, I would say so. Must-have / cheat. It's very easy to have these edge rushers be cheat. I know there's a lot of good ones in the game, but having that speed and acceleration off the edge is going to be strictly, it's going to be insane. It's going to be strictly demonic. I mean, this card's going to be so good. You got to pick him up for sure off that edge. And his cards always play well too. I mean, he's going to be just stupid insane. All right. The next card is Devin Hester, 5'11", and I swear, I mean, if I don't know how young people are that play in this game, but dudes might think that the way EA makes these Devin Hester cards, you'd think this dude was Jerry Rice with the route running. I mean, damn, okay. 3 thresholds, 91 speed is honestly crazy though. 91 speed on Devin Hester, especially with how they've been juicing these cards. Maybe that's the reason why I have him not at the top tier, but the fact he's not the fastest wide receiver in the game it makes no sense to me. It really doesn't make any sense that he's 91 speed. I know it's like, but he's still fast, right? But the fact is, it's Devin Hester. Maybe I honestly, it'd be more realistic Devin Hester card if they knocked off some of the, if you knock off some of the route running and put it on the speed, because that's who Devin Hester was at the end of the day, And then for our final 2 must-haves, it is gonna be both of the free cards, the Trenton Simpson and Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell, my bad. I don't know why I said it like that, but Trenton Simpson, 6'2", fastest user in the game at linebacker. You're gonna have 95 acceleration on top of that. We do not know the jumping, but I do want to take a quick glance at his old card. Maybe he's actually like his 4th card this year. I swear it is. I think this is his 2nd upgrade. So yeah, jumping will be good. The only thing to watch out for is the movement. That's the only thing to be a little bit scared of. But other than that, this card looks insane. You can upgrade him using the Blitz bolts. Okay, so my goodness, Trent Simpson's gonna be a monster. But I actually do like AD Mitchell more. I do. I mean, look at his stats. He's 6'2" with these stats. This card is insane. I don't know why they gave him this. I mean, I don't understand, but. Yeah, AD Mitchell looking very good, man. Very, very good. And as far as my choice between the two, it comes down to what your team needs. I think they're both great their positions. It truly comes down to what you need. If you have a Jets team, you obviously go AD Mitchell, right? Ravens team, you obviously go Trent Simpson. And then outside of that, I would say receivers are probably position where you have more all 32s and, better cheats maybe, or you kind of have those positions already figured out, where I feel like user might be in a bit of a dip right now, and I think more teams wouldn't have a good user, as there isn't as many good 32 team cam users that you might have. But at receiver, there's Cup, you might be using Devonta, or CeeDee Lamb, or even Calvin Johnson, right? Like those are all guys you might still be using as cheats / all 32. So I think the more popular choice will be Simpson, but if you need a wideout, AD Mitchell is looking straight up. He's faster than Devin Hester, so I don't know what that means, but yeah, short EA Sports, sure, man, go for it. Okay, into S+, the first card is going to be Kyle Pitts. I talked about it in yesterday's video with Tony Gonzalez and Kyle Pitts for the Falcons theme team. Yeah, they did him insane. So 91 speed, he's a Blitz legend at this point. I'm convinced he'll get Blitz cards as long as he's in the league. Maybe even after, they'll find a way, but yeah, he'll be really good. A lot of the stats you obviously can't see, but traditionally Kyle Pitts cards are very good after the catch, right? So, I mean, I would assume that he's going to be pretty similar to his previous card, obviously, which is decent after the catch, or maybe his Blitz cards in the past. So, Kyle Pitts, tight end wise, I mean, he's going to be stupid. And even most years, you're able to play Kyle Pitts at wide receiver, and he's also very usable there. He's as fast as Devin Hester. Again, that Devin Hester speed's gonna bother me. I know it bothers other people as well. I know, but all right. Next up, Night Train Lane, at 82 press. So if you're playing press man, is it gonna be terrible? Maybe, but it won't be Deion Sanders like. We'll talk about that in a second. But 97 agility, 92 speed. Lions, Rams, Cardinals, chems, and then the zone, the man, And traditionally, if we take a look back again at we had to go back to, we got to pull this back up, go to Madden 25, right? And I'll pull up the Night Train Lane. Yeah, we'll see it. We'll just take a look at like his card around this time, which is like his legend card, right? He's gonna be able to stop the run as well. So that's like a big thing that a lot of corners in this game really don't have. He should have decent run support if we base it off of this card, and I would assume that this card's probably gonna be a little bit better than this one, based off of like his movement and stuff. That we're already seeing off the reveal. So NTL, always a good cheat. I would say usually the most popular cheat whenever he does come out, I would say, because he always does get crazy cards, and people maybe aren't like Lions, Rams, Cardinals are not the most popular teams. So I would say what makes him unique is that run support and makes people pick up his card. So the NTL is going to be insane another year, another insane Night Train Lane. Okay, Reggie Bush is up next here, and the reason why we have Reggie Bush up here is if we go back to players, we go to the running backs in this game right now. And then we kind of just look through and we'll sort by COD real quick. Good old change of direction, which isn't a very important stat for the mechanics in this game. If you know, you know. If we go through here, Jamal Charles, 92 COD, right? Terrell Davis, even this card gets 92 COD. Deuce McAllister, 92. So we started to see more 92 guys, more 90 plus guys with, with diamonds. But these cards, they don't have these stats, right? 92 speed, the juke move. And a card that will legitimately, I looked at it yesterday, but he will legitimately, I mean, he's gonna be right up here at the top because his card had crazy COD. But you want to have over 90 COD, and the fact you can plug and play a guy with those stats on your team with 92 COD, with over 90 COD, right in the lineup, no boost, no team chems, just like that with those stats is gonna be insane, and can also play like slot receiver for you, as these stats down here are only gonna get better. So Reggie Bush, this card's gonna be stupid good. He's gonna be straight up insane. And now we have these two cards. And my goodness. The crazy thing is they had the Shedeur card planned for a while. We knew about this card for a while. And so him starting or not didn't matter. So the fact that, it just worked out where he started last week, got the win. So it feels like, they're just riding the wave. But this card was planned. He would still be the third string and he still would have got this card, right? But this card is so good, man. And it says team history Browns. No, these cards get all 32 chems. So, that being said, Shedeur Sanders can get 94 speed. Okay? They're turning this guy to Mike Vick. If you only played Madden and didn't watch ball, you think this dude is literally Michael Vick. And on top of that, when you pair Dion with Shedeur, they get +1 speed. So you can have a 95 speed Shedeur Sanders. And then if you really want to get crazy with the overdrive, you can have an easy 99 speed Shedeur Sanders. Okay? That's even without part 1 diamonds. You can have a 99 speed Shedeur Sanders on your team tonight. Okay? Which is insane. And also the means by which you get these cards is also insane, as purchasing Blitz packs from the store will reward different. So you have to buy them from the store and you get a different Blitz currency, not the Blitz bolts. You buy the golden bolts. Okay, this is giving me crystal vibes. All right, it's giving me that same crystal vibe with the step up offer. It's gonna be probably a lot of money, so it'll be something like that where it's like, oh, you spend $150, you'll be able to sell off Shedeur and Dion, maybe get some other pulls along the way. But I mean, 32 team chem Shedeur and the Dion as well. I didn't even show off the Dion, but I mean, it's crazy that they gave him all 32 at the end of the day. The one hole with Dion is gonna be the press coverage, right? Like saying $100, $1,000 incoming. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be. And by the way, if these cards are really BND, like if you can't sell them, if you can't, you got to be able to sell these guys, right? Because if you can't sell them, maybe it's just BND because if you put them in the like if you power them up all the way, that's how you get the +1 speed. Probably is my guess. There's probably like an alternate, like a little training thing, so you can give them the +1 speed to each other. That's probably what I'm guessing. You can't sell these cards. That's insane scum. You can only get them by spending your golden bolts. I mean, my goodness. But yeah, it's the same thing with Dion. He's fast. So all 32, you have 96 speed, 97 speed with Shedeur. If you overdrive him, I mean, you get the point, okay? Only hole in this card is gonna be the press, and I wonder, can this guy play wide out too? We're gonna see. But I would assume you can put him in a gadget and have some fun with him that way too. So if there was another tier, I'm not going to add one, but honestly, Shedeur might be over Dion because of the press. He really might be. So I'm not going to split hairs between those two guys, but those two cards are insane. I'm curious to see what the price tag is. So that is today's Blitz tier list. Let me know what y'all think down below. Again, a very good drop, probably the best, most consistent drop we've seen. And let me know who you're adding down below. When you hit the subscribe button, we're closing in on 50,000. Maybe we can hit this before, probably the end of the year is reasonable. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We are less than 100 away. I appreciate you watching today's video, and I will see you boys in the next one. Goodbye.